Disney is expensive, but it doesn't have to be unaffordable. Today I'm sharing exactly how we do Disney on a budget without sacrificing the magic. Welcome back, and if you're new here, hi, I'm Lauren, a Disney mom who loves planning trips that are realistic, budget friendly, and still feel special. This video is for you if you're planning a Disney trip and you're starting to feel overwhelmed by the prices and feeling like this trip might be a little unreachable. Let's get into the real tried and true Disney budget tip. Before you even go on your trip, my biggest tip is going to be that make sure you pick up a Target Red debit card. It doesn't have to be a credit card. It's connected right to your checking account. I use this all year round for all our trips. It's going to save you 5% right off the bat. So you could even buy these online. You don't have to go into a Target store. I know the Target store by me that I frequent never has Disney gift cards. You do need to at least have one, because what I normally do is I reload it, and I like to take advantage of the Circle bonuses. I know right now they have one that if you complete 3 separate purchases of at least 120 this month, then they give you $40 cash back. That is excellent savings right there for Disney. Not only are you getting your $40 that you could use for groceries, you're also taking that 5% off. So usually what I do is I'll keep separate money in a separate savings account just for Disney, and like once a week or whatever, I'll go and take out like $20 and just start, collecting the gift cards. And then what you could do is you go on disneygiftcard.com and you can reload them all up into one gift card. That might be a separate video on its own. I know we don't have Kroger by us, but I know a lot of people do Kroger, and they get fuel points and stuff also by doing that. That if you have one by you, that might be a good option. Or check your other grocery stores, places like Sam's Club, BJ's, Costco does. I have not seen this at Costco yet. I have seen it at Best Buy before. Just keep on the lookout for those gift card deals. I also, during Christmas, I know Google had one, but for some reason it wasn't working for me. All right, now you got the savings, getting the money set up. Now you're gonna want to pick the right hotel, and it might not always be the cheapest option. So I know a lot of people like to stay off property, but I just find for what works best, a lot of times I go to Disney just solo. My husband's not a big Disney guy, so I bring my toddler, well, she's a preschooler now. I bring my 4-year-old, and I've been bringing her since she was a baby. We go about 4 or 5 times a year. I have an annual pass, if you're wondering how we make this work. But for what makes it easier for me, so I don't have to worry about renting a car, is we just stay right in the Disney bubble. We like to stay at resorts. I've stayed at all price tiers, value, moderate, and deluxe, and I generally like to pick our hotel based on where we're going to be staying. So all Disney resorts include free transportation, so you don't have to worry. It's either going to have the free buses, the monorail, boats, or Skyliner, which is my daughter's personal favorite, is the Skyliner. She loves taking the Skyliner. This is going to save you a lot of money on gas, tolls, Lyft. That you might be doing this if you are staying off property. So that's one expense you don't have to worry about. Also, split stays. That's another way to help lower the cost and also make convenience. I know sometimes we like to stay at deluxe, but we can't always afford deluxe. So generally what I'll do is I'll try to stay at a value or moderate for the first half of our vacation, and then we'll switch to a deluxe. Now, if I do a split stay, I'm also going to make sure that I strategize what parks we're going to. So let's say we're going to be staying at a beach club or yacht club or the boardwalk. I'm going to want to plan my Epcot day around that, and also Hollywood Studios, because then it's right there. Now, if we're talking budget, that's why you clicked on this video. You're probably not looking to stay at the deluxe resorts at this time. So the value resorts, Pop Century and Art of Animation, are slightly more money than your typical All-Stars, but they do have the Skyliner access, which is going to get you to Hollywood Studios and Epcot, and save you the headache of the bus. You'll still need to take a bus for Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom, but at least you got 2 of your days covered. Obviously you want to pick times to go. There's a lot of calendars that you could find online of when are the peak times. Obviously Christmas is not ideal. Between Christmas and New Year's, I think that's like the most chaotic. Also, if it's opening weekend for one of the festivals that they have, you're going to want to stay away from those. At Epcot, you're going to want to also check when the cheer competitions are, because they will be staying at your resort and it's going to be really chaotic and busy as well. Late January, when we have gone, and that's a great time to go because it's before spring break crowds, it's after Christmas, the kids are in school, so that's a good time to go. Late August and also early September are good because, again, the kids are generally starting to go back to school, the family vacations are over, so the parks are going to be less crowded. Now, also you need to pay attention, beside like the busy weekends, Magic Kingdom and now Hollywood Studios, with Christmas time, they generally have parties. So this is when you will need a separate ticket. Your park ticket, your general admission ticket will not be included. So kind of pay attention to that. I'm sorry if you hear my daughter in the background. Also, you might want to consider not doing a full week at Disney, because obviously that goes both ways. So a 3 or 4 day park week obviously might be a little bit more affordable also if you're doing like a long weekend rather than staying a full week at Disney. We've done it both ways. We have gone for long weekends. Okay, now one thing I will tell you though is if this is a once in a lifetime trip, you might want to think about staying the full week. It's expensive, but the longer you stay, Disney, after I think like the 4th day, Disney starts to drop the prices down for your actual park ticket. So when we used to go to Disney only like once a year, we used to do like 7 days at Disney, and by the time we were on our last day, I think it was like $20 extra or something. It might be more than that now, but you get my drift that the longer you stay, they do start to give you a little bit of a discount. So if you are staying like a full week, there's probably no reason why you need to think about doing a park hopper, because you're going to want to take breaks at your hotel. Just do a full day of Magic Kingdom, full day at Epcot. You're going to make sure you plan in your breaks at your resort so you're not burned out from Disney. But that's going to definitely save you some money, is to avoid doing the park hoppers. All right, the next tip is to bring your own snacks. We have done an Amazon grocery delivery. We've done Target store pickup before, and this saves a lot of money. A lot of times we'll get breakfast. We'll just eat breakfast right in the room before we head to the resort. We'll eat breakfast in the room before we go to the parks. I also will bring snacks. So this takes away some of that hangry moments of going to the park and having to get those Mickey waffles that run about $8 or $9. We do that too because my daughter loves to get the Mickey waffles, but if you were looking to save some money, I would do that. Also, one thing I'm just remembering as I'm making this is when you're in the park, if you are using the quick service dining at Disney, I find that if you have the kids meals as an adult, sometimes I find like it's enough for me to eat because they give you a snack and a beverage. So you might want to think about like saving money that way also, because an adult entree can run you easily of like $15 to $20, whereas a kid entrees usually run like $7 to $10. So that's another way to save money. All right, the next tip, be strategic about lightning lane. You don't need to have a lightning lane for every single park day. We have done, you see my daughter's makeup job. She's really into wearing makeup. She wanted to wear makeup for the vlog today. She knew I was filming. All right, so we have done Disney before without doing lightning lanes. I do prefer to use them because it does make life so much easier, especially because most of the time we're at Disney.
Wait, I got a chocolate in my mouth.
Yes. But skipping the lightning lanes, which can easily run you, I know we're going to Disney next week, and I had to buy our lightning lanes on Friday morning, and for every day we were there, it was almost $100 extra for me, her, and my mother-in-law who's joining us. You could just do it on days where you know you need the must-do rides like Magic Kingdom. You might want to think about keeping the lightning lanes if you are not a rope drop person. If you have no problem getting up early for at least half of your trip,
Come on, I'm just touching your phone.
if you have no problem getting up early in the morning, then I would definitely think about skipping the lightning lanes and doing as many as the rides as you can first thing. I know when you stay on property, you get early access, so they'll let you in about 30 minutes before. So if you're one of the first to get into the park, definitely you could hit up Mine Train, Tron, all the things.
I wanted to ride train.
You don't want to do Mine Train?
Yes.
The next tip, set a souvenir budget. This is one that I am guilty of not following this rule. Sometimes kids just want the new toy. So if you have one that you could pull out of your bag and surprise them, then they're gonna forget about a lot of the times whatever is the toy in the moment that they want. And Disney does a great job at trying to sell you this, because after every ride, they walk you right in the gift shop, and like, you know, we get off Toy Story Mania and I have to grab since my daughter was a baby, I'm like, you've never even watched Toy Story before. And you know, she always wanted something, and every time we walked in there. Another thing is the Frozen shop. After you go off the Frozen ride, I have detour plans for that too, because they bring you right into the entrance of the gift shop with the dresses and the stuffed animals and all the things. So definitely think about purchasing some of that ahead of time. Also, like the light up wands, they're really big into like the bubble wands, and sometimes you can find these on Amazon or at Walmart and Target on sale. Even Walgreens has them sometimes. All right, and then the last tip is you want to make sure that you take advantage of some of the free Disney things. A lot of the resorts at Disney have like free I know they have like free roasting marshmallows. I think you do have to pay extra for if you actually want the s'more kit. Then they have some things there that like making a tie-dyed Mickey t-shirt. That does cost extra money, but it's kind of like a fun, cheaper activity for a fun souvenir. They have at night, if you go resort hopping, you could see some of the different resorts and what they have to offer. Boardwalk entertainment. What else?
Mommy.
They have a lot of by the pool at night. They have the like cinema, I forgot, the movie Under the Stars kind of thing. That's kind of a fun free thing to do if you're staying on Disney property. And also take advantage of all the photo spots around all the parks. All right, doing Disney on a budget does not mean you're doing it wrong. You don't need the most expensive hotel, the fanciest meal, or add every add-on to make your Disney trip amazing. If you're planning a Disney trip and you want a realistic tips from a Disney mom, make sure you stick around and subscribe. I have a lot of Disney content coming up. We are headed to Disney here in January. We're going on a Disney cruise. This will be our second one. We're going on next month. We'll see beyond that what I can get to if we're getting to get to Disney this year. But stick around, subscribe, because I got a lot of tips coming up for you. Leave a comment down below and let me know what stresses you out most financially about going to Disney. All right, I think that's gonna about do it for today's vlog. Go ahead and give this video a like if you haven't already. Stick around, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one or at Disney. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
I've been all around the world, every city, every place.